to the class, children. Hope all are safe and healthy. Today's class in geography, Lithosphere-Ii, Exogenetic Processes. In Lithosphere-Ii, the topic Exogenetic Process. About here, the Earth is a dynamic system that undergoes various changes due to internal and external processes. The continuous interactions of these two processes control the structure of the Earth's surface. The external processes are the consequence of solar energy and gravitational forces, whereas the internal processes are an outcome of the Earth's internal heat. About weathering. Weathering is the breaking, disintegration and decomposition of materials of the Earth's crust by their exposure to atmosphere. There are three types of weathering: physical, chemical, biological. Physical weathering, chemical weathering, biological weathering. Here given example. Physical weathering, it is the breakdown of rocks without changing their chemical composition through the action of physical forces. The constant freezing and thawing of rocks during the night and day leads to the expansion and contraction of rocks. Cracks are formed and disintegration occurs eventually. Exfoliation, block disintegration, granular disintegration are the major types of physical weathering. Here, the process by which rocks are broken down into smaller pieces by external conditions and no changes in chemical composition only. About the physical weathering, exfoliation, that means peeling away of rock. The alternate heating and cooling on rounded rock surfaces leads to the peeling of rocks, layer by layer like an onion. This is called exfoliation. How it happened? Due to unloading or fluctuations in temperature, rocks expand and crack. So this is called exfoliation. Sheeting and shattering are the other forms of exfoliation. Granular disintegration. Granular disintegration takes place in crystalline rocks, where the grains of the rocks become loose and fall out. This is due to the action of temperature. Block disintegration. Repeated expansion. With repeated expansion and contraction, the rock breaks up along joints. The rocks during day and night respectively causes stress on the joints of the rocks, which results in block disintegration. The disintegrated rock materials in due course of time are weathered further to form soil. Soil is a mixture of disintegrated rock material and decayed organic matter called humus. Chemical weathering. Disintegration and decomposition of rocks due to chemical reactions is called chemical weathering. This is predominantly high in the hot and humid region such as the equatorial, tropical and subtropical zones. Chemical weathering takes place through the process of oxidation, carbonation, solution and hydration. The agents of chemical weathering are oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen and water. Here the chemical weathering, what it happened: acid rain, dissolve in water, carbon dioxide, organisms and oxidation. Types of chemical weathering: hydrolysis, oxidation, carbonic acid. And here in the chemical weathering can cause oxidation of rocks. Oxygen in the atmosphere reacts with the iron found in rocks, thus leads to the formation of iron oxide. This process similar to the rusting of iron. This process similar to the rusting of iron, pressure of air and water is known as oxidation, which results in the weakening of rocks. You can see the weakening of rocks. The same in oxidation here. Iron combines with oxygen in the presence of water in a process is called oxidation. The product of oxidation is rusting. Clear, children? Then chemical weathering, another one is carbonization. Carbon dioxide in the atmosphere dissolves in the droplets of water that make up clouds. Yes, mixing of water with the atmospheric carbon dioxide forming carbonic acid. Carbonation is important in the formation of caves in limestone region. When the carbonic acid reacts with the carbonate rocks, the rocks get disintegrated. This forms a weak carbonic acid. Carbonic acid react with the certain rocks and minerals which include calcite, limestone, marble and chalk. In the picture it's clearly given, children. Solution. The dissolution of rock substances in water result in the loosening of the rock particles. This in turn breaks down the rocks. Rocks when in water react with the acids in the water and dissolve. A clue that this has happened to a rock is the presence of small holes. Hydration. Hydration basically we know the absorption of water into the mineral structure. Certain chemicals in the rock enlarge in size in humid conditions. These minerals found in the rocks well and this results in the development of cracks and the rock wears down. This type of weathering is called hydration. Is when minerals in the rock absorb water and expand, creating stress which causes the disintegration of rocks. Very clearly given, children. And how hydration affect. And one, biological weathering. Biological weathering occurs due to the penetration and expansion of plant roots, earthworms, burrowing animals, rapids, rats and some human activities. The biological weathering occurs. Okay, children, here what is biological weathering? Plant roots and shoots can get into tiny cracks in rocks. So that is called biological weathering. Okay, children, I hope all you understand about the weathering and its types, physical, chemical and biological weathering and its exfoliation, block disintegration, granular disintegration, the major types of physical weathering and the types of chemical weathering and biological weathering also you people understood. Thank you.